Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show,
a weekly podcast from your new internet book besties.
We discuss all things spicy books and mix in a little bit of motherhood, life, self-care, and everything in between.
So sit back,
grab a beverage,
and let's chat.
Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Neely, and we are joined by Elizabeth at work today. Elizabeth has a bunch of degrees she does not use, gave up working as a medical writer to craft grumpy alpha heroes and flawed women who love them.
When not writing, she likes to spend time with her 3 kids who are now teenagers and wish she'd find a different way to spend time. That's relatable. She can be found on Facebook feverishly debating whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I've never seen Die Hard. And telling people to read The Hating Game, which she did not write, but wishes she had.
Okay, 2 notes for that, Elizabeth. 1, Rachel, how have you never seen Die Hard? And 2, we love The Hating Game.
Yes, we do. We're Hating Game stands here. Yeah.
But I made the mistake of watching the movie first. So then I read the book and I was like, but I know what's going to happen.
Well, you probably could have guessed what was going to happen anyway. They were going to fall in love. Yeah.
What?
I know.
Well, Elizabeth, welcome. We are so happy to have you. So I read The Summer We Fell when it came out and texted Rachel and I said, hey, I'm reading this really great book. You can't read it though, because you will never forgive me. Rachel cannot do sad.
Oh, yeah. For this, yeah, I cried one time at a book that Neely, and by cried I mean I sobbed uncontrollably at a book that Neely recommended to me, and now I don't trust her. So,
okay.
So I was like, hey, this book's great. We need to have this author on, but you can't read it because you'll never talk to me again.
You're going in blind.
I've heard great things about it, though.
I've read the whole summer series. Every time I saw a book was coming out, I was salivating.
Yes,
I got several of them as arcs. And I love them so much. It's so good. For those of you who have not read her summer series, just read it. There's 5 books.
You will cry.
You'll 1,000% cry, but they're wonderful. So we're just so happy to have you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We always start with some 1s and 5s, so just highs and lows for the week. Neely, would you like to start?
Yeah, let me look at what I wrote.
Okay.
That was a whole day ago. Okay, so my 5 stars that we did nothing this weekend. It was Easter weekend. We're recording this the Tuesday after Easter. And I talked about this last week, but when we looked at the calendar for Easter weekend and I had no plans, I looked at my husband and said, don't make any. I don't want to do anything. And it rained a lot. It was a very gloomy, rainy weekend. So we just didn't do much. And it was great. So nice. I mean, we did Easter. Unfortunately for me, this brings me to my 1 star, which is actually different than I wrote down. One thing I wrote down is being home with your kids for 4 days is not it.
No.
That was too long of my kids being home. So Elizabeth, we both have, I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. Rachel has an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. So they're the same ages and it's a lot.
Yeah.
You've been there, yeah. Those ages are there was just a lot of fighting, and my kids, this is a new thing for my kids. They don't, the fighting has gotten violent. I was but it's usually
the 2 girls, our fighting is very manipulative. It's very passive aggressive. Yes.
Or looks, things like
that. Yes.
Oh no, my kids have just I have a boy who's 8 and a girl who's 5, and it's gotten violent. So that's where we're at. But they're back at school today, all is well. But
so nice. I'm it is so quiet in my house.
My 1 star is that my son does no longer believe in the Easter.
Oh no, Neely, we talked about this. What happened?
Okay, so basically what happened, a couple things have happened. One, a month ago, he asked us if we were the Easter Bunny, and we kind of brushed it off. And then Saturday, my mom was over, and I had assembled their Easter baskets last week while they were at school so that it was done. Because when else am I going to do it?
Yeah.
Now, not until they go to sleep the night before Easter. But I had assembled them and put them in Andrew's closet. They're not allowed to play in our room. My mom was here, and Liam comes out with the stuffed animal that's in his Easter basket. He's like, what's this? And I'm looking at my mom what the fuck did you just do with my kids? And she's like, he's like, oh, I was in daddy's closet. I'm like, why?
Why?
And so anyway, still brushed it off. I got like aggressively angry about the situation. I was so upset. I was like, I spend so much time like and thought on these Easter baskets. And so anyway, then the next, like we kind of just, it was whatever. The next day we had meant to put eggs outside for them, but it was raining. So we hid them all inside. The kids opened their stuff, blah, blah, blah. Later the day, Liam's like, is the Easter Bunny real? And I was like, okay, Liam, you know how when we went to Disney World? Because I was like, I know
now this is third time that we have brought this up. So
yeah, I was like, we're asking this a lot. Like, and I kind of think he was already like, I've seen the basket. Like, I know, what's up.
Yeah.
But you know, he has a 5-year-old sister and he has friends that still believe. And I'm like, we're not going to ruin this for other people. I don't want to be that family. And so nobody wants to be that family.
No.
And so I was like, okay, you know, when we go to Disney and there's Mickey, and I was like, is it really a mouse or what? And he's like, well, no, there's a man in there. And I'm like, okay, but it's still fun and magical and you still love, I mean, we don't know. Whatever.
Probably a woman.
There's a human person inside the Mickey. And I'm like, but it's still fun and magical. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of like that. And listen, this might not be, I was really caught off guard by this. I didn't.
So he's still confused.
No. And I was like, but. And I was like, well, you know, because he is 8. He still carries around a stuffed Mickey everywhere. Loves Mickey Mouse. Like, he is like,
he's very wholesome.
Everyone is like, he's so pure. He is like, which is why this broke my heart. And the whole time I'm like, please don't ask about Santa. Like, I'm
seriously
physically not ready for that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I also think the Easter Bunny is the least realistic of all of these things.
Yeah.
How the fuck a bunny gonna hop around all night and deliver Easter baskets everywhere?
Yeah.
Santa has a sleigh. The Tooth Fairy flies. Like, we can like suspend a little bit of disbelief there. The Easter Bunny and has eggs. Like, make it make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Makes sense at all. Like, and don't even
the amount of work to fill the eggs, like that's a lot of work for one bunny. I mean,
it's so much work for one bunny. Yeah. And everybody's getting different levels of stuff. It's like the Tooth Fairy. We either need to all get on the same page and get $1, or like, you know, I mean, this is just, it's too varied on how holidays work. And now I feel like with social media, everyone's just trying to outdo each other. I'm over here like, my kids get practical. They got umbrellas, bathing suits.
I love it. My kids, this will shock nobody. My kids don't get Easter baskets. So
I'm surprised you don't just do Easter baskets that are from y'all.
Well, we do Easter at my in-laws. And so I have never even thought about it. Like, we don't even own the Easter baskets. My mother-in-law has like 80 that they get to pick which basket they want to use. And so I just have never thought about doing it. I feel like now that they're a little bit older, like I can do practical stuff. Like maybe I can do, like, I feel like we used to get like a swimsuit for the summer.
I like with Easter, I'm big about like summer items. Like Charlotte got Crocs. We've done goggles before, bubbles for outside, sidewalk chalk. Like, I like to do stuff they need anyway. And like, I'll do a couple like fun things. They got Band-Aids.
Oh yeah.
They love Band-Aids.
Oh yeah.
Who
doesn't? I feel like my mother-in-law goes real big. And so like they get all this little shit that
we didn't
they
do
bring
little
home. Shit. And so it's like stuffies, Easter stuffies. And like they're all into like the little lucky ducks. I think we've talked about this on the podcast, the little like figurines. I don't know. And so they got some of those, and then they get money and their Easter eggs.
I have to tell y'all, so as people who listen to the podcast know, my favorite content to consume is TikTok. I love TikTok. I live for TikTok. But I have stumbled upon Easter haul TikTok, which is similar to Christmas hauls. Yeah. It's teenage girls and girls in their 20s showing their adult Easter baskets. Yeah. Okay. And this is like Dyson hairdryer, Van Cleef jewelry. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm over here, like, I don't know, like if I couldn't get it on Amazon or the Target dollar section, it's likely not in their Easter baskets. Yeah. Like, this is not Christmas round 2. My kid, like, no. And it's stuff like that where I'm like, it's this kind of overconsumption that is ruining everything. Like, sorry, that was a tangent about Easter. But anyway, Liam no longer believes in the Easter Bunny, did not ask follow-up questions about Santa and the Tooth Fairy.
That's good.
But we did talk about how we're not going to ruin it for other people, but now he gets to be a part of the fun part with Charlotte, which is He can help me do the Easter baskets, and he can help me hide eggs.
Yeah.
That he can still go find the next day, but like he was very excited.
Gives him a little bit of a leg up, but you know.
So now I'm gonna. Well, I did tell them So we had the Easter. They play with all the stuff together though, and then we put all the candy in like a big bag that they share anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And he's pretty sweet with her about like sharing and stuff like that for now. We'll see how long it goes. But yeah, so he knows the truth, and it's like taken its toll on me because it just makes me feel like a part of childhood. Like, Elizabeth, how old are your kids? You said they're teenagers.
And by the way, my grown children still expect the basket. They still expect the egg hunt. They still fight over the eggs. There was a fist fight between my 22-year-old and my 19-year-old this weekend over the egg hunt. Because one of them was blocking the other physically. So I've got a 16 and 19 and a 22.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do y'all do a golden egg?
I do. So this is the thing, because they're spoiled. I do 3, and they're only allowed to find 1.
Yeah.
So I've seen what we do for golden eggs in the basket, and it's got like a nicer gift. And I'm thinking I'll probably do that as they get older, and it'll probably just be like cash. Yeah. Like once they're like into the stage of wanting money.
They just want cash.
But y'all, sorry, back to Easter. So Thursday, our kids didn't have school Friday and Monday. Thursday at drop off, there was a dad doing crosswalk at Liam's school dressed as the Easter bunny and had a basket and was like giving the kids out like we thought was candy. Multiple children got eggs with $5 bills in it. No. So Liam comes home with a $5 bill, and I'm like, Where'd you get that, Liam? Because like your 8-year-old comes home from school with cash, and you're like, what did you do?
Where did the cash come from? Yeah.
I'm like, what did you do, shady child of mine? Anyway, through some half-truths and texting other parents, I got to the root of the story, which was Liam got nerds. His friend got a $5 bill, and his friend paid him $5 for the nerds. Now, listen.
We haven't learned the value of
we have not. His friend lives 4 houses down. I texted the mom, and I'm like, do you want this money back? Like, she's like, that was his choice.
Yeah,
I was like,
he made that. Honestly, it's called a natural consequence.
I was like, and she's like, he was very happy with the nerds. I was like, does he know how many? And I'm talking about the little
like one of the
nerds,
little
y'all.
ones. Yeah,
like
and not even the gummies.
No, which are the only acceptable nerds to eat. If you know, you know. I will die on the hill. Listen, I will be healthy about everything else in my life, but give me that food diet because I want those nerds gummies, which I immediately took from my children when they got them in other Easter egg hunts. I was like, sorry, you can't have these. They're bad for you.
They're bad for you. Gotta eat them.
Well, Liam has braces, so he really can't have them. But and we had to stop doing gummies with Charlotte because it wasn't fair to Liam. It was like
it's a whole thing. Elizabeth, what are your 1s and 5s?
So I guess my 5 would be that my 2 older kids came home from college for the weekend. And then my 1 would be that they came home from college for the weekend. There's so much more work. And like once some of your kids leave, you don't realize how much less work it is until they come home. And then you're like, oh my God, this is so endless. Like
the dishes alone.
Crap everywhere. And one of them is always like, my daughter's always like, can you drive? And my daughter drives, but she's like, can you drive me to Starbucks? Can we go to the mall? Like all of this like helplessness. And then my son's like,
because she wants you to pay for it.
Well, and she just wants like companionship.
Yeah, she's like just somebody to hang out with. That's totally me.
And then my other son is, constantly like, okay, so what's our next meal? And then what are we having?
Yeah. This is like my 8-year-old. It's like when you take your kids somewhere and they're like, so what's next? And it's like, we just did the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
That was the thing.
I just fed you. How do you eat at school? Like, although I can remember coming home from college. Now I wanted to see my friends, but I was like, all I wanted was home cooked food. Mm-hmm. It's like, I just want meals. Like my mom would make a bunch of food while I was home and like send it back to school with me too. Cause my parents were like very concerned that I was only eating like popcorn, which I was. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know you have one that's like a senior in college. And then one
a college sophomore and a college senior and a high school junior.
Was the junior so excited they were home though?
He didn't show it.
Or was he just like, damn it, now there's more people in my space?
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that so much, but he was just kind of like, oh, hey, like you expect him to be like, oh, you're home. And, but yeah, no,
that's funny.
I feel like teenage boys in general don't show a lot of.
No.
My husband is the youngest of 3 boys. And like, I'm sure it was the same kind of vibe.
And they don't tell you anything. Like, honestly, like, yeah, like I was going to take him someplace to look at colleges. And I'm like, hey, so the weekend of the 8th, what do you think about this? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to a prom. I'm like, dude, it's like
I'm going to a prom.
You're like, do you have the flowers? Do you have like, do you need,
no.
Have you bought the tickets? Like,
no.
He's like, I think I got a prom that weekend.
Oh, and then
I got a prom.
Girls to some hotel that like for like this thing, and I was like, oh wow, it's downtown. You know, you're gonna have to valet park. You need cash. And he's like, I got it under control, Mom. I'm like, how do you have it under control? You've been driving for 2 months. Like, how do you know
also,
how to valet?
Impressed that he was willing to drive downtown. It took me like 3 years to be willing to drive to downtown. We live in Dallas, and I was like, I will not drive downtown. I still don't like to drive to downtown. Like, I will, but like, I don't. It's like I don't know my way around there. I have to have the Google Maps to do it.
Yes,
like I'm
obviously.
not navigating downtown Dallas. Downtown Dallas is also like mildly shady. So like
it is.
Well, yeah. I live in DC. Downtown DC is similar. So yeah.
That would be very difficult to navigate downtown DC. No, I think that the boy, I was talking with my sister-in-law, the one who's married to my brother, because I have a younger brother who's 2 years younger than me. And she sent me a TikTok the other day that was like, having a younger brother is like, when you go out with your younger brother, it's like being on a date with somebody who is uninterested in you. And it's just like the funniest thing ever, because she was like, is this what it was like? And I was like, that is exactly what it was like, because he's like scrolling his phone, not talking to her, like just totally uninterested in anything she has to say, walking like 5 feet ahead of her. Like, it's just so funny.
Elizabeth, I need either your daughter to do this or Rachel, I need you to do this, because I don't have a brother. I could do it with my brother-in-law, but it'd be kind of weird. But have you seen the TikToks where it's like constantly texting your brother random updates of your day? Yeah. And it's like, oh,
guys, I just realized I have blue paint on my chin.
Like stuff like everywhere. That. Like, no, but like it's literally just like, just made a muffin, just had a coffee.
I have seen
like,
that. I need to do that.
Like, okay. What? Like, and finally they're like, why are you telling me? And it's just like to fuck with them.
It would I want to do this. Like 5 seconds to explode. They'd be like that. I remember we were texting my brother about something, my sister and I, and my brother said, stop, you're using up my texting plan. And we're like, you still have a texting
Your texting plan? I didn't even know they still did that.
Y'all, I got in so much trouble in college for my texting plan. This is how you know Rachel and I are like 9 years apart in age. So I was I started college in 2002, and I can remember my dad calling me and being like, why do I have a $312 charge for texting? And I was like, I don't know.
You're like, that's a great question. I'm sure.
I, of course, am like, I didn't know they cost extra. I'm like, but, or like anytime my dad got the credit card bill, the best was when he first started getting stuff and it was Amazon, and he thought Amazon only sold books. And I was like,
look at all the books that you're buying. Yeah.
Not books. It's like DVDs, CDs, like random stuff to my dorm. I had like the whole Friends series on DVD, and I was like, it was books.
Yeah, I just needed some books.
Know. But yeah, it's funny. My dad, we frequently talk about that. I'm like, remember when you thought Amazon only sold books?
That's funny.
Silly dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm his only child, so I mean, he was just like, whatever. But.
Yes. Okay, my one star, which I've talked about a little bit, is that I spent the weekend in painting hell. So we are painting both girls' rooms. They were the same color. They were when we moved in, which is like a teal color. Like both of them were teal, which was fine, but just kind of like, I was like, that's lame, to like not be able to pick out your color. And so then we let them pick, and I was like, I feel like they're, of the age that they're excited about it and they wanted to help. I will say that Emmy, my 6-year-old,
share a room?
No, they've got separate rooms. We attempted sharing a room.
I'm surprised by that. I feel like they
attempted it.
Oh, okay.
They stayed up until at least 10 p.m. every night yapping. And I was like, this is not going to work for me. And so we did like 6 weeks of that a couple years ago, and then moved them back into their own rooms, which now they're like very particular about how they sleep. So Lainey, like I said, sleeps in a cave, and Emmy wants it like bright as the sun in her room. And so
that is like, my 2 children. Liam sleeps with his closet light on, but shuts the door.
I mean, like it is so dark in Lainey's room. It's crazy. And so we painted the rooms, but I was like, oh, let's color drench it because that's like a thing now. I'm sure it was a thing before. That? Okay, it's where you paint everything the same color. So the trim, the ceiling.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
No.
So
you're just like asking me to have a nervous breakdown.
We got through one gallon, painted most of the room, not the trim. Then somebody was like, oh, you have to have different paint for the trim. And I was like, how am I supposed to know that? And so then we had to go buy oil-based paint for the trim and the doors because those are oil-based. And so then I had to do that. So it really was nice because I didn't have to tape very much. And so that was nice. But then you don't realize how much more space you add when you do the ceiling and all the trim and the doors and stuff. So like it is something that I thought was going to be a day project has turned into, I think I'm on day 4.
I can't explain thinking about how dark that room is and the heart palpitations I'm having.
It's so dark. It's so dark. I will send it to you. She also, so we got glow in the dark stars for the ceiling, and she, of course, and she wants them to be in constellations. They cannot just be in random placements.
No.
So she is holding a constellation map, and she's going, she and Brian were in there the other day. She's laying on the ground, and she's going a little to the left, a little to the left.
I'd be like, do it yourself.
A little bit. I'm like, she is making the constellation. So we're doing that. And then Emmy's room is rainbow themed. But I was like, I am not about to paint like red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So I was not about to do that. So we did like a light purple as the background, as like the base of the rainbow themed room. And then I'm going to paint a rainbow on the wall, but like in like nice colors, not like bright. I can't do like
rainbow.
It's like a little bit pastel-y.
That would
but
be
I was
more
like,
my vibe.
Yeah.
The navy we're going that way. Hurt on the inside.
I'm gonna have to send you a picture. It's very dark.
I can't.
The whole room, very dark. So that's my 1 star. And then my 5 star is that Brian bought me a Venus flytrap. And I'm very excited about it. But I am very concerned about keeping it alive. Because it looks pretty sad already. I mean, this was just a couple days ago and it's already like.
Nobody ever buy me a plant.
I am not like, I cannot keep plants alive, but I've wanted a Venus flytrap for a while, and saw one time I was driving down the road and there was a sign on the side of the road that just said like, now that I'm thinking about this, like the candy van, it's like candy in this van. It was like a sign that just said like, we have Venus flytraps. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want a Venus fly. And now I know that that's something that I want. I did not know that before this moment. And so then Brian bought one for me.
Have you guys seen the pots where you only have to water them once a month?
That's more my vibe, yeah.
No. So I bought these and they're very expensive. I bought several of them thinking, okay, here's a solution so I won't kill them. I still killed those. I only had to water in once a month. They're all dead.
No. They're all dead. I'm bad at plants.
Some friends gave me like a big plant when my sister passed away a couple months ago. And I have not, thank God for Andrew. Like I'm like, oh, this is pretty. And I personally have not once put water in it.
Yeah.
I know Andrew is because it's growing.
Yeah.
And he is, I mean, Andrew over the weekend built a bigger garden for our backyard. Like he is the green thumb. I am like, I can arrange flowers and make them look pretty, but probably won't keep them alive for very long.
Same. Okay. What is Neely's is a recent watch, but what's a recent read or recent, there's lots of hard words in a row. Recent watch.
I am watching Ransom Canyon on Netflix, and I have been waiting for this show because when you watch the trailer, you're like, oh, it's essentially like a Lila Sage or Elsie Silver book come to life, and you're like, give me more of that. Now, I also think Josh Duhamel is one of the most beautiful men,
truly,
to grace the planet. And let me tell you how much that man has aged like a fine wine. I have no idea how old he is. I will look it up in a second.
I'm like, now I need to know.
You look it up. He is so attractive. I'm watching the show and it's like hard to not just stare at him. Also, Minka Kelly has not aged.
He's 52.
Shut up.
Yeah. He's beautiful.
Okay. First of all, like, I won't tell you that this show, quality-wise, is the best thing I've ever seen. It's like, it's exactly what you would expect a show like this to be. Like, people are criticizing it like like there's too many plot points, there's too much. I'm like, this is what you people want, okay?
I'm sick of the criticism.
Soapy.
Let us live.
Yeah, let us live. It's like a soapy. It's like a soap opera. Like it's, I mean, it's like suspense and romance, and there's like a high school aged romance, and that guy is so cute on it. I'm like, where have you been? You're about to be in everything. He's also funny as shit on TikTok because he showed up on my TikTok For You page,
of course.
as he should. But like, there's a lot happening in this show, and it's Andrew watched the first episode with me and was like, yeah, like I'll try it, and I'm like looking over at him, and he's like very into it, and I'm like,
of course.
I'm like, you just gotta give it a try. It's, I think it's like 8 or 10 episodes. I haven't finished it, but my dad and stepmom are like big into watching Netflix shows. Like they have watched, I think they have finished Netflix. Like they've watched.
There's nothing on there that they have not seen.
So my dad goes, yeah, we're watching this new show called Ransom Canyon. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's real dumb. I'm like, this is not your vibe. But my dad loves Yellowstone, and I think he was like, oh, maybe this will be like Yellowstone. And I'm like, Dad,
not the same.
I'm like, this is like if Yellowstone and like, I don't know, Gossip Girl had a baby.
Ooh.
And it was, I mean, it's nothing like Gossip Girl, but just like soapy. You know what I mean? Like it's not, you're not looking for like deep, but it's kind of sad at the beginning, Rachel. Like someone dies in like the first couple minutes, which is like kind of the catalyst for the show. And I'm like, my God. But anyway, love triangles, hard family dynamics.
Okay, I want to watch it, but I'm nervous.
If you like The Summer I Turned Pretty and you're like waiting for that to come back, and you just really need like soapy nonsense, this is what you want to watch. If you read Chestnut Springs and you're like, I would love to see that become a series, watch this show.
Okay,
and
I'm excited.
I mean, do I wish there were a bunch of sex scenes in it? Of course.
But
you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah.
So
truth.
As I tell my children.
Yeah. Elizabeth, what are you watching and or reading?
I am not reading anything because I'm writing a book, so I'm just like editing my book instead of at night. It's my life. It's not fun. And I'm watching the show Girls. Do you remember the show Girls?
Yes, I was. Did you watch it when it was originally on?
I watched a few episodes and I thought it was funny enough, but I had really little kids and it was just like whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then my daughter called me from school and she's like, I'm watching the funniest show. And so she got me into it.
Girls, to me, like I remember when it came out and I was like, oh, this is going to be the answer to the Sex and the City hole in my head. Because it's like Sex and the City, but like right out of college.
Right.
But much like Sex and the City, the main character is terrible.
Yeah.
But I think the girls, they're all kind of terrible. Like it's a fun show to watch, but I'm like, I would not be friends with any of you. Like, I think you're all awful.
Have either of y'all watched Sex Lives of College Girls?
Yes,
that's good.
I haven't seen Girls, but I do love Sex Lives of College Girls.
I like Sex Lives of College Girls more. Girls was like, what is the actress's name that's in Girls? Like, I cannot. Thank you. Yeah. Do you remember when that came out and it was like the Lena Dunham show of life? Like she was everywhere. She's like writing books, hosting SNL, doing and it's like, what happened to her? Where did she go?
Like I feel like she got so much fame and so much, and she kind of deserves it because that show's so well written, and she was really
so well written.
Like to imagine being like that competent and also confident in your own abilities, and she was like her early 20s.
Yeah, well, and she really captures like what that time in your life is like, and like you forget like you're supposed to be selfish. Like you forget that time in your life is really just about you, and it's trying to figure out your person.
I feel like anybody who hits like some kind of like astronomical high ends up just getting shat on. And I think she took a lot
other than Taylor Swift, who is a perfect angel baby and can't do wrong.
Yeah.
Love her.
She just doesn't listen to it. Okay.
She has billions of dollars. She shouldn't have to listen to it.
I know. I too am not reading because I am trying to write a book. And it is going very slow. But I am really not watching anything either. I'm painting a room. And I am watching every night we turn on the Game Show Network because now we're apparently 80 years old. And so we turn on the Game Show Network and we watch 2 episodes of Jeopardy and then 2 episodes of Family Feud. And then I go to bed.
I love Family Feud so much.
I know.
So good.
Steve Harvey is an American treasure.
A treasure.
I hope that there's nothing that ever comes out about him that is like, that'll make me very sad because I love him.
Every year I petition for him to host the New Year's Eve special over Ryan Seacrest. I'm like, how?
Please,
we get
I need Ryan Seacrest out of my life.
Like,
I'm like, I don't need to see his face anymore.
All right, so
did that guy even become famous?
Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah.
I did a whole deep dive into this on one episode of this show, but I will tell you.
I was like, we went into this at some point because we were like, why? Why is he famous?
Yeah.
This is what, for the people who have, I could not tell you what episode this was. So for people who haven't heard my deep dive, I watched years ago, like an True Hollywood Story of Ryan Seacrest, because I used to be obsessed with True Hollywood Stories. They need to bring that show
Hollywood
back.
Story, so good.
They need to bring that back as well. If you know me, you know I love celebrity memoirs, especially D-list celebrity memoirs. So this is my bread and butter. Ryan Seacrest was obviously hosted American Idol. Well, the first season of American Idol, there were two hosts. It was him and a guy named Brian Dunkelman. And
the
they
worst
were like
name. Like, I feel so terrible for him.
Ryan Seacrest, Brian Dunkelman. Like, but anyway. So after the first season, they kicked Dunkelman away, and it was just Ryan Seacrest. And obviously, like, he got famous. He also originated the Keeping Up with the Kardashians show. So he started the Kardashians. He is the one
like
who,
the original producer, right?
He produced it. He's the one they met with, and he launched that show. And then that he started taking over. He was on E! News for a while, if y'all remember. Like, so basically, like, what he was plucked out of obscurity to host this reality show that they didn't think anybody was going to watch anyway. And then kind of like almost like a Lena Dunham effect, if you will. Like, he basically just like blew up, but he's just never gone away. And anytime they need him to host something, he's like, yes, I'll host it. I'm sure he's worth bajillions of dollars.
Well, now he does Wheel of Fortune, and it makes me so sad because I love that show, and I don't want to watch him on Wheel of Fortune.
Much like Jeopardy, I have a very hard time watching shows and Price is Right when the original person leaves. Like, it makes me sad. Like, Alex Trebek, you can't replace him. You can't replace Bob Barker.
What's his name does a good job, though. I can't remember his name.
He does. Is it Ken Jennings?
That sounds right.
But yeah, Ryan Seacrest is one of those people where I'm just like, I don't like you. You annoy me. You must annoy everyone. So I have to look up his net worth, though, because now I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest is worth $450 million.
Must be nice.
I don't understand why anybody who has that much money just continues to, like, I would just disappear.
I would stop working.
Yeah.
I would be done. Like Taylor Swift, please never stop working. But for most people, like, it's almost like the Kardashians as well. I'm like, what? You're good. You have a million companies.
You just don't have to keep going.
Go let your kids live a normal life.
Yes.
Go be like, run away into obscurity. Like,
I would be doing the Meghan Markle thing where I'm like just out on a farm.
She's gross. I can't with her. Sorry.
I like Meghan Markle.
No, I'm sorry.
I feel like she gets too much flack.
Her last name is Sussex, guys. Stop.
Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah,
your last name is not Sussex, girlfriend.
That show is so bad.
I didn't watch that.
I watched 15 minutes.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it.
I was like,
I think she's beautiful, and I think she's got amazing style. Like,
absolutely gorgeous.
I watched a thing where she was dressing people, but that show was terrible.
No, I don't need to watch you make a salad. I don't need.
That's why I was like, I don't need to watch anybody make a salad, so I did not watch that show.
It's just very like, it's exactly what I imagine she's like every day, though. Like, this is exactly like, my husband was a big Suits fan, so I remember when they got together, he's like, it's a girl from Suits. And I was like, I've never watched Suits. But she's also in a random episode of the relaunch of 90210 when that came out, where she's giving a guy a blowjob in the front seat. Has no lines.
Okay. Wow. What a hard left. Okay, Elizabeth, it's time to get into the interview. And we always start with your villain origin story, which is just how you got here to today. Start wherever you'd like.
Okay. I always wanted to write a book, but it was one of those things where, you just put it off, right? Like, maybe one day. And then I was going through a divorce, and I knew I'd been a stay-at-home mom. I had this really limited period of time before I was going to be working full time. And I knew I was never going to write it if I didn't get it done. So I wrote Undertow in like less than 3 months and just published it. Like, here it is. I'm going to put it out there and see what happens. And then it ended up doing pretty well. And so I never had to go get a real job.
I love that for you.
Look at that. I love it.
We're big proponents of women being able to work for them. Well, anyone being able to work for themselves, but we love an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wrote your book. What made you decide then after, because I know you wrote books before the summer series, but since I feel like the summer series is kind of like what people probably know you best from.
I think it's probably the Devil series.
Really? Okay, then it's just me.
The Devil series sells the summer series like 3 times over.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Neely loves the
then this
summer
is a
series.
selfish. It was fed to me on TikTok. Like, it was a thing where over the span, I will never forget this, of 48 hours, it was shown to me on my For You page like 22 times. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll read it. My God. And then I just like never stopped. I need to read the Devil series. I'll put that on my summer reading list. But what made you decide to write the summer series? Or really, I guess, what made you decide to have your books be series versus just like doing a bunch of standalones?
Because like if you're writing in series, you it takes a lot of the burden off of the advertising, because people are just going to read through the series. So you only have to advertise to the first book and then people read through. Yeah. So you're not running ads on all of these books.
Yeah, so smart.
Yeah, so it's just purely economic. I would prefer to just write standalones and not have them be interrelated at all, but
it's hard. And I feel like it also snowballs when you do a series, because then you've got those readers that are hooked in, and maybe they see you advertising for the 4th book and they're like, well, I got to go back and read from the first one.
Yeah. Because I feel like with a lot of series that I've read, it's not often that I like come in at the beginning of the first book, right? Like usually a couple are already out, and I like for instance the summer series might be the only one where I read it when that was the only one in the series out, and then I just read them as they came out. But like something like Chestnut Springs, I think 3 or 4 of the books were out. Yeah. And I just
most of the time I discover a series when there's already several books out, and I'm like, oh,
like when you told me Agatar still had books coming out, and I was like, more than 5 books though, and I'm like, I need a series to stop at 5 books. Yeah. Except
I think, and I wonder if you feel the same way, because so I published my first book last May, and it is a series. It's going to be a series of 4 books, but I'm like, I have so many ideas now that I'm like, next series is going to be 3 books, because I can't do I need to jump faster to new things, because I have so many things that I want to write. So I don't know if you feel the same way.
I used to, and now I feel like I'm just completely depleted. Like I feel like I just need to take a break, because I think I've written like 19 or 20 now.
Yeah.
And so no, I've got no ideas. I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
No, don't tell me that.
Yeah. Are you planning a break, like after this one that you're editing right now?
I am. So I actually just sold 2 books that it hasn't been announced yet, but I sold 2 books to a traditional publisher. And so one is already done. And then I've got to write another book for them, and I have no idea what that'll be. And then I've got my book coming out in May, and I'm writing the book that'll follow.
I cannot wait. Oh, we're going to get there, but I can't wait. I'm so excited. Maybe I'll read the Devil series until that comes out.
In preparation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little, the Devil series is a little lighter than the summer series. It's angsty, but it's not like super angsty like the summer.
I finished the last summer series book, and I was like, I feel like if I was a smoker, I'd be like, I need a cigarette. I need to like calm down.
Yeah.
Even after I read the first one, we'll get there. Okay. So what made you, when you wrote the summer series, I guess, you said the Devil series was lighter. Like, what made you decide, like, I want to write something a little more heavy?
Honestly, I didn't. Like, The Summer We Fell, I had kind of written parts of it a while ago, and it was actually supposed to be part of the Devil series, but the Devil series is lighter, and The Summer We Fell obviously is very, very angsty, and it just wouldn't have worked with that series. So I'm like, all right, I've got to write a whole new book. And so I wrote The Summer We Fell, and then people want a series. I had actually, the truth is that I had already written 2 of the books. I had written like a rough draft of 2 of the books like several years ago, and I hadn't published them.
Wow.
So the second and third books are the ones that I had written back in like 2017. So yeah, I was just being lazy. And then I wrote the 4th and the 5th book. Just,
you weren't being lazy. You were being smart.
But you like boomed those books out pretty fast with the summer series. So do you think it just helped?
They were already written
the 2 books. Because I was like,
them were done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Rachel knows that I hate waiting. Like if I'm reading a series, I hate to wait
Everybody
like a year
does. Yeah.
for a book.
Yeah.
And so with the summer series, like I wouldn't even know another one was coming out. And it would be like, you know how Amazon, if you follow an author, it'll be like coming soon from blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, I would get like coming soon from Elizabeth O'Rourke. And I was like, we're
already
getting another book. I'm like, okay. And for some reason, they've always come out when I'm about to take a flight. I think I've read 3 of them on flights.
Really?
I think I'm just lucky that way.
Yeah.
I love reading on a flight because you have no interruptions, especially if I'm not with my children. That's different. I can't really read on flights with them. But
no,
if I'm flying by myself or with my husband, because like he zones out and I'm like, we're flying to Europe in the fall and I'm like, I can't wait. I'm going to have like 3 books.
For the reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, just on the flight.
For the reading.
Yeah.
So which of your main characters, if any, do you identify with the most?
I kind of identify with like the bitchiest ones, but also like the bad parts of all of them are based on myself. Well, you don't know the Devil series, but there's one character who is just really irresponsible, like with her shopping and her eating habits. I'm like, okay, that's her. Those are her bad characteristics, and those are totally me. And in the summer series, probably. Oh, now I'm blanking on her name. Emmy from. God, what book was that? The Summer I Destroyed You. So just the mean
a book title. Rachel's like, yep, not reading that.
The mean ones. I think that's so funny because I feel like I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like I see a lot of authors who will write like a strong female main character, right? Like we won't even call her bitchy. We'll just say she's strong in personality, and readers get pissed about it. And I'm like, that is reality though. Like there's strong female women, and that's okay.
Well, and that's a funny thing when I write a character who's like that, and then so many reviewers will be like, oh, I hated her so much, she was so, I'm like, oh, that was based on me.
Yeah. She was so unlikable. You're like, oh God.
I was waking Olivia about this cross-country runner, and one of my beta readers said she's so awful. I don't know how anyone could love her. And she referenced like one specific thing, and I was like, oh, that was based on me.
Oh no. Well, it's just funny because sometimes I think like, oh, I had an alpha comment on something that one of my female main characters did, and I was like, but that's. Like, I feel like that's a very normal response to the situation. Like, she's not going to just be happy that this thing happened. Like, she's, responding out of hurt or anger or fear or whatever. And so just because you have an emotional response doesn't make you an unlikable person. I don't know. Like, that the nuance there is so interesting. I'm like, I want depth to my
readers are much more forgiving of a male. Like my editor says the female can just like do something that's mildly annoying and readers are going to just crap all over her.
Yes.
The hero can like walk in, take a dump on the carpet, walk out.
Yes.
And everybody's like, oh, but he's damaged.
Well, they're like, why is she doing that to him? Why is she treating him that way? I'm like,
yeah, but it's no different than like we talked about Sex and the City. I feel like all of the men on Sex and the City were, especially Big, were like super flawed, right? Like Big was awful, like walking red flag, was just waving on fire. And everyone is like, oh, but Carrie's the worst. And I'm like, yes. But if a man strung you along like that for that long, like you'd be kind of terrible too.
Yes.
Like, not to excuse some of her other behavior, but like that was like the original situationship. And then he goes and just like marries a girl like 10 years. Like, yeah, yes, that would absolutely fuck you up. And then he just drops dead. So,
listen, it's the patriarchy, which is what I blame everything on.
Yes. I mean, it is our society and how we just roll. Women are always highly criticized. Men are just like given, you're the head pass.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your most fun book to write?
Oh, probably A Deal with the Devil, because it was the first time I'd ever tried to write anything kind of funny. And I really didn't know if it was ever going to like work. So I just wrote it really fast and I had a good time writing it. And I just enjoyed it. I don't know why. Yeah. I think because it was the first time I wasn't trying to write angsty and I wasn't trying to, wasn't killing anybody off. And I thought I'd say it.
It's all right. Stuff goes off at my house all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Okay, well, now I have to go read that because that sounds right up my alley. Like, nobody's dying and it's funny. I'm here for that. Here for it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'll let you know. You do it.
Well, what is, I know after writing, what'd you say, 19 books, 20 books, you've probably written every trope there is out there. So is there one that you haven't written that you want to, or is there one that you have loved writing?
So, what I would love to do is like more of like a, like romantic suspense, like almost paranormal with like a reincarnation element. I would love to.
Hell yes, I'm there. Neely's like, what?
That's yes. Rachel.
Yes, that is right up my alley. Yeah. I love that. I love a paranormal, or just like slightly, like it can be angsty that Neely's always like, but don't people die in like your fantasies? I'm like, yeah, but it's a fantasy. And like, I'm not worried that like a fey male is about to walk into my house and like start a war. So like I can separate that. And so I'm the same with a paranormal. I'm like, I love a good paranormal.
Y'all are wild. Would you ever want any of your books turned into a TV show or movie? And if so, what TV show or movie?
Yeah. I mean, I think no author is going to say no to that, right?
I feel like the summer series would be a really good show.
I think so. For me, I've got a paranormal series, the Parallel series. And that is definitely the one that I would want to have made into a series.
I feel like we've talked about this before. I feel like books do better, especially a book series as shows. I feel like when it's a movie, I feel like you lose a lot unless it's like Harry Potter where they're like 3.5 hours long each or something. I just feel like you're gonna lose so many good points. By the way, apparently Ransom Canyon is a book. I didn't know. I forgot to mention that earlier. Oh. Just popped into my head. Had no idea. Probably won't read it though.
No, just watch the show.
Yeah.
At this point.
Okay. How do you decide what you're going to write next? Like what?
Honestly, like I just kind of like if I'm starting a new series, like it's just kind of whatever inspires me. Like the one that's coming out in May, I was like thinking about climbing Kilimanjaro, and then I just got really into this idea. And now I'm writing a book about the sister of that girl, but yeah, it's completely, I don't decide anything.
So are you a plotter or a pantser?
Total pantser.
Yeah. I'm like, you're giving off pantsing vibes.
Yeah.
You're like, I just
asked Rachel what that was. The first time she ever mentioned it on the podcast, I'm like, explain it like I'm 5. Yeah. I am not an author, but she did tell me.
I did. I explained it like you were 5.
Are you
I pantsed my first book, and I loosely plotted the one I'm working on now. I don't know. I feel like I don't think I'll ever be like a full plotter, but I was like, I just needed like a note of like the beats, to kind of get me where I was going. Cause I was hoping it would help me write faster. Cause I just kind of moseyed my way through my first book, which was fine. But I've gotten real deep in productive procrastination, which is why I'm painting my children's rooms. So that's where I'm at. How do you feel like the world, I mean, Neely discovered you on Book Talk. So how do you feel like the world of like Book Talk and Bookstagram has changed things for you, or just changed the landscape of reading in general?
And for me personally, I mean, it's kind of fun because it'll be like all of a sudden some book that's not selling, like I'll look and I'll be like, what on earth? Like a month ago or 2 months ago, all of a sudden Parallel had sort of like sold like 500 print copies from a location that I don't sell any copies from.
Yeah.
And like it did, I think, and you just know that it's like, okay, somebody did a TikTok and it
yes.
So it's really like an amazing thing, right? That like 20 years ago, this just couldn't have happened. And it was all like you putting in the effort, and now it's sort of random.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's nice too, because I don't think readers would discover as many books. Like I feel like, and we've talked about this before, like I used to just go to like Barnes and Noble and you would kind of like, you know, see if a cover kind of caught your eye versus now it's like sometimes you're just fed these great ideas for books, or you follow, book talkers, bookstagrammers, and you discover stuff. I mean, I feel like over 50% of what I've read in the last couple of years has been because of Book Talk or Bookstagram, and I probably wouldn't have read them otherwise.
I think the one part of it though that I don't necessarily love is that the things that tend to go more viral on TikTok are the ones that it's like I actually was trying to do these TikToks and I had hired this company to help me, and even they were like, it's not really taking off. It's always the ones that it's like, there's only one of me and there's 5 of them and they're all going to fit me at the same time. It's like a certain genre of book,
yes,
but like that,
yes,
I don't necessarily write. And those are the ones that really go viral. Right.
Yeah.
And you can see why, because if I see that, I'm like, oh, what's going to happen?
I'm like, oh, what's that? Yeah. And I feel like it has to be like where I struggle with TikTok is the hooks, like you're saying. Like you have to have something like really like poppy, and hooky is not a word, but
and especially if it's super dirty or super forbidden. If it's like, he's my stepfather, but
right. And then like that's just not what I write.
It's like if it's like a subtle like
yes, yeah. And I feel like I have a hard time too, because I'm like, I will post something and then I won't block out the right word. And it's TikTok gets mad at you because you got to like be real careful about like what words are shown in your.
They blocked one of my accounts. They accused me of trying to sell romance books. Like it's like if you have one of the business accounts.
Yes.
Like okay.
It's a mess out there.
So weird.
Yeah. That's what's so hard about it too. It's very random, like from the marketing side and also from like what goes viral and what readers end up picking up. So, okay. Advice for aspiring authors. Anything that you would tell the people out there?
I think if you're an aspiring author, the 2 things I think, one is to make other author friends, like go into Facebook, like writing groups, because you kind of like spin each other up. And once you start doing a newsletter, you share each other's books.
Yep.
And you get, you have these writer friends who are like, hey, there's a signing here. And it just kind of, that's how I ended up getting kind of going, was having other people be like, hey, come do this giveaway with us. Hey, have you met so-and-so? Yeah. So there's that. But the other thing for me, which has been really valuable over the past couple of years, is using voice dictation. Because like, I don't know if you've done the Clifton Strengths survey.
No. Oh, yes, I have. Like I'm college.
And you go to like a writing thing and everybody's like, I'm a intellection, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But especially like a lot of writers are intellection, which means you have to sit around and think for like 10 hours before you can spit anything out.
Yes.
Voice dictation kind of forces your hand. So you can't sit there. I can't sit there and be like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know if you have to just kind of say something because it's already recording. So that's helped me get done a lot faster.
Okay. So what are you like writing are you drafting with voice dictation?
Yeah, I did my entire last book in voice dictation.
What? And what program? What is it?
Use my notes app on my phone and hit record. And it actually like I had one of like the official like dictation programs. Yeah. And it like couldn't recognize any curse words and like curse a lot. And it was just nonsense. But the notes app on your phone will do like it's 99%.
Okay, I love this. I feel like I just saw it was a post or something for Abby Jimenez talking about how she writes all her books on her phone. And I was like, how the fuck does somebody do that? And I don't know if she uses dictation or not, but that's genius. I love that.
And the thing is you can voice dictate so much faster than you can type, right? And it's
I think about that all the time.
You get 10,000 words done in a day.
Yes.
So yeah.
I think about how I'm like, I have the words in my head and just getting it out onto paper takes, and I'm a fast typer, but it still just takes so long to do versus if I'm just talking through.
And also it means that you can't sit there and be like, for me, like if I'm writing and then I'm like, oh wait, that was a filtering verb. And then I've got to go back and fix it. And it kind of, you lose your you get off track. But if you're voice dictating, you can't do that. You just have to keep moving forward.
I love this advice. This is great. I'm going to try that. Okay, the last question we always ask people is, what is a have-to-read book you always tell people about? And I think we know one of your answers via
I talk about The Hating Game. I also feel like She Doesn't Need My Money, right? Because You know what book is so good, and I never see it talked about? It's called The One That Got Away by Bethany Chase.
Don't even get me started.
Neely loves that book.
It is such a good book. How is that book not known?
Oh my God. I read
Man,
that
y'all
book
are the same
when it came out.
person.
We are the same. Okay, we have to talk about this. I talk about this book so much. I've probably mentioned it on my blog like 100 times. It is one of my top 5.
Is like the hottest hero ever.
Hottest. Yes. And I think because I live in Texas too, so much of what they talk about, I'm like, I know what that is. I know what Round Top is. Like, I know all these places. Yeah. It takes place in Austin, but it is seriously one of my favorite books. I've read everything she's written. She's like the sweetest person. I'm like, I wanted more in that. That is a book where I was like, I need a follow up. I need more of that.
I think I was just in love with Eamon. Like I would just read an entire book from his point of view. Like, my
God, nobody talks about that book. Like you're the first person I've ever even known who's read it.
Yeah,
like
that book all the time, and yeah.
Oh my God, Bethany, shout out! But shout out. I love it. When I read that book, I was like, why does nobody ever why have I not heard about this more? It is so good. Oh, it is just the epitome of like second chance, enemies to friends to lovers. Not even enemies. Like
hero. Like he's funny. He's smart. He's hot. He
gets her.
Yeah.
And he just gets her. Like, he gets her in a way. So it's like kind of a love triangle-ish, but like you hate the other guy, even though he doesn't really do anything like that you hate. He's not it. Like, and it's like his parents remind me so much of my in-laws in that book that it's like,
oh, really?
The other guy's parents. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, these are my in-laws. Like
she's like, oh.
But my husband is not like him. But everything about that book is so good. Rachel, you would love that book. Oh, that book is so your vibe.
Okay.
It is so good. But just
the Parallel series, the main character in the Parallel series is based on Eamon Roy. Like, I was so in love with the concept of this like hot swimmer that
here for it.
On to 4-book series.
Yeah.
Oh God. Now I just want to reread that book.
You just activated Neely. Yeah.
I'm a big rereader of books that I like really love. And that's one I've probably read 10 times.
I reserve my reviews on BookBub only for like my absolute hands down best of all time favorites. And that's like, I've only got like 9.
I have to look and see when I bought this book. Cause I remember I'm curious if Amazon will tell me how long I've been reading this book.
Like, you read it? Yeah.
So good. Oh God. Like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right. A while ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Andrew and I know we're living in our first house, which we haven't lived in since 2019. So, I mean, it's been at least since then.
Yeah.
I have to look it up. Come on, Amazon. Tell me.
Come on, Amazon.
I bought it July 4th, 2015.
Wow.
So almost 10 years ago, I read that book. And I've read it probably once a year since because it's just a delight of a book. And from start to finish, there's like no flaws in that book. All of the characters, like all of the kind of like friend characters and people around her have such great, like, so much about them, but it doesn't it doesn't feel like it's taking away from anything. Like, it's just the relationships that they have. Everything just,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just excited because nobody ever talks about it.
I know.
I'm the first person I've ever talked to who's read it.
Oh, I love this. I love this for you guys. Okay, we always end the episode on a rapid fire this or that. So, Neely, do you want to go first, or would you like me to?
Okay. I'll go first. Okay, so grumpy male main character or golden retriever?
Oh, grumpy.
Beachside makeout or fireside makeout?
Beachside.
Champagne or martini?
Ooh.
Can I say neither?
Yeah. You don't like champagne? Oh, man. I love some bubbles. But I'm not a martini girl, me a headache, so I get that.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last one is pick your praise, good girl or look at me.
So I see what you're saying. I was like, I thought you were saying from her point of view. I'm like, what? I think look at me.
Always.
That's where you and Neely differ, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm a good girl person, but I might be leaning more. I might be like moving. I read it in a book recently, and I was like, okay.
I'm telling you.
I will.
Yeah.
I think Amy might say it at some point. I don't know.
Yeah. Probably. I don't know. You got scarred.
Okay, Elizabeth, where can people find you? You get to whore yourself out.
Oh, excellent. Instagram at Elizabeth O'Rourke and Elizabeth O'Rourke Books on Facebook.
And obviously, guys, buy her books. Obviously. And
you can go pick up the Parallel series, what I'm about to do.
I'm about to pick up the Double series, so just FYI. Okay, you can find this podcast at Smut Show Podcast everywhere. You can find me everywhere at Neelykins, except TikTok, where I'm Neely Moldavian.
And you can find me everywhere at Rachel_M. Lewis. And
we're about to record a quick little Patreon snippet with Elizabeth, so stay tuned Thursday for that. And guys, Elizabeth, thank you for joining us and talking about everything from Easter to Bethany Chase. So we appreciate it. And guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.